I was a stranger, and he took me in, naked, and he clothed me, in prison, and he came unto me. Insomuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me. Hello, I'm Phil Wilmoth, and on behalf of the Board of Directors and the staff of the Union Rescue Mission of Fairmont, I welcome you to our 2020 Night of Hope. Although we are not meeting in person, I hope everyone watching this has been and is safe and comfortable in your homes, especially during the last few months of our pandemic. Too often we take for granted how fortunate we are to have a home in which to find refuge. In this building, the Union Mission, we find, in my opinion, the most important and historical home in Marion County. No beautiful architecture, no fancy furnishings, but within it lies something much more meaningful, God's hope and love for our community. It feeds the bodies of our neighborhood, it helps restore hope, it rescues souls, and it is a home for those who reside within. Tonight, please watch and listen with open minds and generous hearts. Know that your support for this home of love is a powerful act of living beyond yourselves. Enjoy, and God bless.
I joined Dr. Wilmoth in his welcoming remarks and express great gratitude for those of you who are taking the time to join us tonight. There's a laundry list of people we should thank for their support this year, and it would be an understatement to say this year has been different. So we extend our gratitude to those that have stood with us in this moment of time. We would not be here without your generous, faithful support. We want to express our heartfelt thanks to Ted Shuttlesworth's ministry and their partners, Jack and Tammy Turner, for their part in chicken, free chicken. Just as the pandemic hit, they arranged 2,000 pounds of chicken that helped us feed the hungry through this. Life United Methodist Church came through in a big way for us this year. Pastor Larry called and said, "Our church is looking for an opportunity to minister. What can we do?" And they have brought us 2 lunch meals a week, every week, for several months. He called again and asked, "Is there something else we could purchase?" And at the time, we needed some dressers for our family floor. They purchased them. We are very grateful. In fact, this evening might not have happened if it wasn't for Dusty Merrill, Chris Ward, and a number of people. Along the same lines, another pastor called and asked if there was a project his church could do. Pastor John Polis from Faith Church International said, "COVID is not a reason for the church to cease being the church." I spoke of a project that was close to my heart and that became more essential because of this pandemic. It was a low-barrier cold shelter. We tried last year in cooperation with the city to get it open in late 2019 and even early 2020, but we're unable to. Faith Church International men have made it happen. We hoped to have it open on November 1st, but we'll miss it by a couple of weeks. The County Commission, Fairmont City Council, and Life United Methodist Church have all had a hand in seeing this project through to reality. So when we say thank you, we mean it. Ministry is happening because of you. Here is Megan Wiley with some special music.
Yes, the world will bow down and say you are God. Every man will bow down and say you are King. So let's start right now. Why would we wait? King of glory, fill this place. Just wanna be with you. Just wanna be with you. Come on, sing it again. King of glory, King of glory, fill this place. Just wanna be with you. Yes, I do. Just wanna be with you. Yes, the world will bow down and say you are God. Every man will bow down and say you are King. Come on, sing it again. Yes, the world will bow down and say you are God. Every man will bow down and say you are King. So come on and let's start right now. So let's start right now. Why would we wait? We can praise you right now, in victory. King of glory, fill this place. Just wanna be with you. Does anybody wanna be with Jesus? Oh, we wanna be with you, Lord. Come on and sing it again. King of glory, fill this place. God, I just wanna be with you, my Jesus. Just wanna be with you.
If a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food, and one of you say unto them, Depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled, notwithstanding ye give them not those things which are needful to the body, what doth it profit?
I finally had enough. I was going to kill myself. I've even sat and thought about I was going to jump off a bridge.
She took my money and one day she just decided to kick us out.
I was so full of alcohol and drugs that I wanted to die.
My infant son was kidnapped and murdered, and that was the turning point in my life to where life didn't make sense.
It's hard not knowing when you're going to eat again, or if you're going to get a shower or a warm bed to sleep in. You're always out and about.
I didn't have no purpose. I was been struggling off and on with drugs, and the main thing was I had no friends, no family.
I was All-American, born and raised here in West Virginia, down in Clarksburg, played ball down at Marshall and helped turn around the program there. Graduated with honors and then moved out west and ran a pretty successful consulting firm. And the greed and the temptation was too much. I was offered money, more money in a year than I'd made my entire life. And not having a strong faith-based foundation in everything, I succumbed to that.
It was a very unhealthy relationship, and I decided to get away from him to also come back here.
I was basically homeless. Don't really know how to explain it other than I live in hell, basically.
I made the decision that I was just going to drink and drug myself to death. And then I prayed.
The mission is a place where troubled people come to find hope.
coming to the mission has changed my life.
It has changed my life.
It has changed my life.
Homelessness and addiction doesn't stop. It doesn't take a day off. And here you have a group of people that are not only teaching those that are in the program, but are providing a service for the community that's much needed.
I've also learned a lot of good life skills, praying, budgeting.
I think I've changed as a person. I've made decisions in my life that I think are the right path for me to be on.
They show me love. I mean, that's something I didn't grow up with a lot of love, and it's something that I really didn't think was in the world. And they have shown me a lot of love, a lot of care. There's more than life than just being a drug addict.
How can I describe people that save my life every day? I mean, how do you describe that?
Coming in and putting names to faces and realizing, hey, these are our brothers and sisters, will just make that all the more real.
What we're required to do and what we're asked to do is to love each other, love God, love each other, and do that with grace, compassion, and without judgment. And if you do that, then the mission is a place that you do want to support, because the mission strives to be that type of, provide that type of love that Christ instilled in us.
The homeless need to be fed. The homeless need to be clothed. Their physical needs have to be met. But then to move that further, in order to give them the real hope that they need, you have to involve Jesus Christ. You have to involve the spiritual part of the mission.
I'm the men's coordinator here at the mission. I have the opportunity to teach and preach on a daily basis, work one-on-one with the men. It's wonderful to see the gospel in real time, real life, having an effect.
They come here seeking food, they come here seeking shelter, they come here seeking recovery, but they don't realize that God is drawing them to a place where He can meet them in this broken world.
Jesus has made a difference because I know that I'm loved. I know that I'm forgiven.
I've never been to a place like this. I was welcomed, open arms, just like family. They showed me faith in mankind, even showed me faith in God, and I love it here.
The mission needs you. The work that is being done, the lives that are being transformed, the lives that are being changed, the people that are being encouraged, are all because you provide the opportunity for them to find that at Union Mission. The stories you have seen are stories that represent the people we minister to daily. There may be nuances in their lives, but their stories are very similar. They are very real stories. At the beginning of the year, 2 men came into our Crossroads program, and we had seen those men before periodically. When we announced that we would allow everyone to stay in because of COVID, these men chose to stay in. Will was a longtime alcoholic, and we doubted he would stay through. But over the lockdown, he has gained weight, got healthy. Dave had many issues. He also stayed in and has improved. Recently, he was in my office and expressed how much better he felt. And I pointed out to him that his improvement was directly related to that he was not drinking anymore. And he said, you know, I hadn't thought about that. These 2 men are now completing classes as part of the recovery program. Men that have been changed with your help. In John chapter 5, there is a story of a man with an infirmity that lay by the pool of Bethesda, waiting for the stirring of the waters by the angel. Jesus came by and asked him if he would be healed. But the man's response was, "Sir, I have no man when the water is troubled to put me into the pool. But while I am coming, another steppeth down before me." We hear many times those very words from people who come in. I have no man to help. I have nobody to help me. And someone gets in line before me. The Jesus solution is an answer of a different kind. Just like Jesus offered the man his healing outside of the realm of his expectation. Today I'm asking for your gifts, because too many come to us with no man to help and always a day late. Will you hear the cry of many for help and support Union Mission in offering a Jesus solution? You can go to our website that has been across the screen, or you can send your gift to Union Mission, 107 Jefferson Street, Fairmont, West Virginia, 26554. But rest assured, your gift will help someone with hope, healing, and new life. It will help someone with no one to help them. Thank you.
And all the poor and powerless, and all the lost and lonely, and all the thieves will come confess and know that you are holy, and know that you are holy, and all will sing out hallelujah, and we will cry out hallelujah. And all with hearts who are content, and all who feel unworthy, and all who hurt with nothing left, know that you are holy, and all will sing out hallelujah, and we cry out hallelujah, and all will sing out hallelujah, and we cry out hallelujah. Shout it, go on and scream it from the mountains. Go on and tell it to the masses. He is God. Shout